Hey everyone, it's Pat Bell here, calling in from Nairobi, Kenya, across the world, where it's raining cats and dogs and whatever other animals, because we're in rainy season. But Carl may or may not join us. He's busy on a call. We might be able to share that in a bit, but all good news for the company, bringing in some more people. And let me just open up someone here. I'm going to come for you, Dave McKenzie, fellow Canadian. See if you can see my screen. See if you can hear my voice. Dave, are you there? Hello, Dave.
I am here.
There he is. How are you?
Good, good. Just getting back in the office, so
Where were you?
out doing some coaching.
Oh, good excuse.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, pretty much every day, which is good.
Yeah. Is it going well?
Yeah, real well.
Good.
Yeah, the- yeah. Started off with a little HR project with the guy, turned him into a high-end coaching client, and sold him some sales training.
Wow.
So I'm
Now, do you,
doing. Go
do you
ahead.
do that sales training yourself?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's kind of my background, and
Okay, good.
all the materials developed and then I customize it to the industry and the company and that. So I have my full slide presentation to do a 12-week program, and then I just add slides in, take slides out according to the clients. So
Nice. Good.
that's all customized. Yeah, yeah. And with Zoom, it's I'm getting more of that now because with Zoom I can do groups like this. I'm in St. John. Two of the people are St. John, one's Frederick and one's Moncton, and two in Halifax. So it's so much easier to do now. So.
Nice.
And I like paced learning for sales training rather than just going in and doing a 2-day training.
Good.
This way they're practicing while they're being coached. It's
I
probably
just
my
heard a
favorite
term today. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
it's probably my favorite thing to do, sales training.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the term vertical learning?
No.
I heard that today for the first time. I guess it's just you imagine, something on the top and you move down and you go step by step. But every step that you learn, the first leads to, um, it's necessary to learn the next step, and it all kind of compounds on top of each other. I'm probably not explaining it very well, but
Yeah.
uh,
Well, it's kind of what I do. I start off with the ABCs of sell, just from the very start of goal setting, then into prospecting, and then into how to do proper fact finding, presentation, handling objections, and just all the steps down the way. And then as I say, I use DISC. Um,
oh yeah,
uh, I'm an everything disc dealer, so I use that process. So on how to adjust your style to deal with your different customers, and everything desk has a little survey you can fill out on questions on your prospect. You have to get to know them a little bit, and then it'll tell you how to deal with them accordingly. So it's a really good program. So
nice.
the disc's kind of my foundation, but just do stuff all the time. I also love Victor Antonio. He has a lot of great stuff. So I'm kind of a follower of him and always coming up with new ideas and that. So
Good. I used
yeah,
to, I think, got my start here in consulting in Kenya. You've probably heard that story before, but one of the modules I would teach is how to hire a superstar sales force, and we always use the DISC.
yeah,
So that was, you want the high D, the high I, the low S, the low C.
yeah, exactly. So
I learned that whole
yeah,
process from Chet Holmes. Did you ever
right,
hear
yeah,
Chet on
yeah, I have. And
that? Okay.
now we don't use the disc for hiring. We use the profile PXT Select from Profiles International, which is also a Wiley company who owns everything disc. Uh,
Okay.
Disc you can fake. So it's a generation 3 assessment. Uh,
Hmm.
so where profiles, preview is another one. They're generation 6, and they have a distortion rating on them. So and it's a
Oh,
much
really?
deeper assessment because it covers their cognitive learning styles, covers 10 behaviors, and then their occupational interests.
Hmm.
And then it comes out, it has an individual report for the individual. Then it has a hiring select report, a coaching report, and a leadership report. So if you're looking at people for leadership, and then it's got a manager to employee as to how the manager works with the employee based on how their styles are differently. And so it's a very much deeper assessment than a DISC. We use the DISC with training, and even most DISC companies, they'll even tell you that the DISC is not really a hiring tool; it's more of a training tool.
Now, what was the name of the tool you used? What did you recommend?
It's PXT Select. It's
PXT.
a company that started in 1991 in Waco, Texas, by two gentlemen, and they developed it through, and they've got some high-end psychologists that work with them, and they developed the tool, and it's being upgraded all the time. They came to Canada in January of 2000, and I was part of the first dealers in Canada, and I'm one of the top 3 dealers in Canada for profiles, and they were, well, one of the CEO, he passed away. They were both, like, he was in the 70s. So the family wasn't that interested. So they sold the company to Wiley, John Wiley and Company, who owns everything DISC. But it still runs separately out of Waco. So I mean, I'm a profiles dealer and an everything DISC dealer, 2 separate, like they're while they're related, but there's 2 separate deals for me. And it's not, I don't deal with the same people for both companies. And I'm a true believer in assessments. And I got customers that wouldn't hire a new janitor without using the product. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still remember going back, just real brief story, when we were interviewing for salespeople when I first came to Nairobi. I'm like, got to get a jump start here pretty quick. And that was like 14 years ago. And I just followed Chet's model to a T. And, we get him on the phone and we're like super gruff, and just, blunt, like, okay, why are you a superstar? Tell us why. Yeah, I don't think you're a superstar. And we made them sell us into the meeting. And if they came back like, no, I am, I'm going to prove it to you, whatever. And then so we invited them to the meeting. And then in the meeting, we're super nice. It's like, oh, it's so great you're here. We got to just get them to open up, tell about your family, get them laughing, try and get them crying, whatever. And at the very end, we'd always say, yeah, I don't think you're a superstar.
One of the things that I do, I started out in sales training and then started using profiles for that. And so I do a lot of work with helping hire salespeople. And one of the things I do is I get them to put a business plan together for how they're going to manage and their territory and so on. And that's very successful. Good. And sometimes if you ask 6 people to do it, maybe only 4 or 5 do it. So you eliminated them pretty quickly that way if they weren't going to do the work. So.
Well, we have people.
When I'm hiring salespeople, I mean, I hire everything from administrative assistants up to engineers and so on, so CEOs, whatever. But when I'm hiring salespeople, I really make them jump in through the hoops because they're so important to your organization. If you hire the wrong one, it's just so expensive to rehire. And
Right. Well, we'd have people come back on that interview, and I'd say, at the end of the interview, I'd say, I don't think you're a superstar. And some people would come back and say, yes, I am, and I'm going to prove it to you. And it's like, okay, that's the answer I'm looking for. And the other people, some people would go, well, I guess you're right, but if you have a position that doesn't require a superstar, would you call me? It's like, keep that in mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We have a lot of companies that don't want superstars.
Let me invite you to work for my competitor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my. All right, Dave, well, I got you on the line here. Any questions on the software?
Not right now. Still waiting for all these exciting new announcements you're going to be making. Or keep promising.
We are trying so hard. We've got our guy Calvin. Calvin has been working on a project for about 5 months, maybe longer. And I'm just like, I got to wrap up these documents for him. And I thought I had them done last week, and then I thought I'm have done this week and next week. There's like 400 documents that documents, assets, videos, things that we're trying to put together for this.
Wow.
So hopefully, I mean, it's just a massive project, and
Right.
hopefully we'll have the documents done by next week and verified. And then we've even brought William over to help him finish off his project. So I think we'll be looking for beta testers in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. Perfect.
So yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
it's been a big project, and I'm glad we're doing it. And we've got a ton of other projects waiting, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to bring in another developer, to a third guy to full time, just because it's kind of a bottleneck. You know, you get 2 guys going, and we've got several hundred coaches saying, could you do this? Could you do that? Could you change that? And it's like, yeah, we can, but next year.
Yeah.
So
We can do
hopefully
anything with time and money, eh?
Well, we'll do what we can here. We'll try and get
Yeah.
this thing, the train moving quicker. But the problem
Yeah.
is Carl and I, we keep dreaming up new things like, oh my gosh, let's do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, when is that going to fit, and what order and all that? And
Then
we
stop
have
having big idea sessions.
our primary question is when we build stuff, is the first question we ask is, will it help our coaches get to 100 grand a year?
Right.
And some coaches are dying to get, you're well past it. You're probably trying to get that a month, but will it help our coaches trying to get 100 grand a year? Because if it does, we want to build it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of our main question we ask.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
anyway, we got a bunch of them on the, we've at least 10 things were major things. And one of them is probably 3 to 4 months of just cleanup in the software and handling the requests we've already had.
Right.
It's probably 3 or 4 months for one person, but we got some other. Anyway, it's all good.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome as it sits right now. So.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Dave. Put you back on mute.
Thanks, back. Good.
I saw a name here. I don't think I see it. You guys, this Q&A call, so you got to put your hand up. You got to have a question. I want to open up Quinta Tafon. It's a new name for me. Quinta, I think you are live now.
Yeah, Quinta. Yeah, rightly pronounced. Yes, Quinta Tafon. Yeah, calling from UK.
Oh, good. What part of the UK?
I'm in Hertfordshire, Stevenage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about 25 minutes by train from London.
Okay, good. Yeah, I've been to London a couple times and not enough. I love London.
It's too crowded for me. I think I'm a village girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you been a coach with Leader?
I've just started, to be honest. This is my first meeting. I haven't even handed my I'm still through the orientation period. So
wow.
yeah, so I just thought I had it the product through a friend. She recommended me, so I went to Alan, and that's it. So I'm just looking into it. I'm doing a business, and I think the product will help my business for a starter.
Excellent.
Then also, why not monetize it if it's something that will help other people?
So there you go. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Well, do you have any questions for me today, or you're just gonna hang out and listen in?
Now, just be the new kid on the block, so just listen.
All righty. Well, feel free to speak up anytime. Just raise your hand, or you can plunk a question in the chat box there. We can see if we can get to it. You're welcome.
No problem. Thanks so much.
Sure. Put you back on mute. There we go. And yeah, we're a little closer to my time zone. I'm here in Nairobi, so I guess we're just, 3 or 4 hours apart here. Actually, I do want to show you guys something. And Dave, let me just come back to you, Dave. And I know Dave, just want to check. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right, very good. Thank you. That's all I was asking. Over here in training, we got something new. We've for all the new coaches coming in, they've been asked to do the 100K training, and we had a lot of feedback on the 100K training. A lot of it wasn't positive, not for the content, but for the design of it. So right now, everyone new is going to come in at a certain time. They're going to be given access to the software that we're going to have them do the software training first, and then they'll come into the 100K training. And now this is available for everyone anyway. So what we've got here is a day 1 and a day 2. And so instead of having a 3-hour and 20-minute video without controls where you have to run to go to the bathroom, take the laptop with you, and then I think a 3.5 hour the next day, what we've done is we've broken this up into, I forget how many videos there are here. We just broke them down to 6, 7, 8. You see the timestamps here, 9.5 minutes, almost 13 minutes, 8, 9, 5. So conclusion. And then we also have quizzes. And so now when you want to come in and say, where's that everything is wrong video? You can come straight there, and we've even broke it down into like what is the actual purpose of marketing, the history of wrong marketing, jargon traps, the conversion equation examples, the pie chart of business growth possibilities. So if you want to come back to this exact area, here's the financial training as part of that 100K. So the power of the P&L statement, things like that. You can just come back straight in here. Click on that. Hopefully this works. Let's see what happens. And see how my internet's doing here. Come on. Maybe it's my internet. Here we go. All right, so that's the power of the P&L. And then there's going to be quizzes here. So you can click take the quiz, and it's, page 1 of 5, or I guess 5 questions. So if we just click through here, and I don't know if they're true or not. I'm just going to go through and see what happens. Net profit. You already think through some of these. 3 numbers you really need to focus on: COGS, overhead, net profit. I'll just answer the bottom one again. And so then it tells you which is incorrect. And sometimes we have a reason why it's incorrect. So it's just a really, most of them are easy questions, making sure you're paying attention. There's a few of them you really have to think through them. So now for new coaches coming in, we want you to graduate, so to speak, before you go on to the next phase, the software training part of that, the role playing, the lead gen training. And so we're asking the new coaches to come in and watch at least 90% of all the video and get at least 90% on your quizzes. So I think there's 50 quiz questions total in 2 days. And this one, there's very few there. So, things here like the conversion equation, the buyer's journey, child psychologist example, and then different areas of the software as well. So pretty cool, pretty easy stuff there. And then if you don't get, I think it's 50 questions total, so you'd have to get 45 out of 50, but if you're paying attention, it shouldn't be too difficult. So anyway, that's the 100K training is now under the training, and of course the software training's here. And you got the same kind of dealio going, just a little thing down the side here. And of course, FAQ are down below. But we've set it up, of course, so anyone who's coming through it, we know how much of a video you've watched, what you get on the quizzes and all that. So when we're asking you to get a certain amount, you don't have to report back what you get because we know what you get. So our goal obviously is to help you learn this stuff and master it. And we think the information in this 100K training is so powerful. It was just presented in the wrong way. It was laid out in the wrong way. And so people were zoning out, and here you can just take it in bite-sized chunks. So much better, I think. I'd like to hear your experience. Go through some of it. And now you go through any part of it now just for reference. So pretty happy about that. We're gonna have a little bit more coming there. And something we're going to work on is our resources. Had a few people complain about they can't find things. Where are the resources? I don't know why they're not there on mine. That's weird. Very strange. There they are. So we've had a few complaints that people can't find what they're looking for, and part of those complaints come from me and Adrian. So like, okay, we got to redesign that again. Let's cruise through here. Let's see if we got questions. Tony has his hand up. Tony, coming for you. Tony, there you go.
Yeah, can you hear me, Pat?
I can. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
What a great day. Very happy today.
Good. Hey, I got just a quick question for you.
Sure.
And it's not a complaint, but I can't find something. And so you had good timing.
Sure.
I've been looking for the slide that Billy Dixon used in his role play with Holly, and that was the remade slide for the child psychologist, the after landing page. That looked like it's been redone since I took the training years ago. And I really thought that it was well done. I wanted to try to find that and incorporate it into my presentation, and I can't find the slide anywhere.
Okay. Right off the top, I'm just blanking. I wouldn't be able to tell you where it is. Child psychologist.
Yeah,
now,
we did the before and after.
Okay. I wonder here.
Because I know I asked Adrian about it, and he said, he told me where to go and said, then click on the take the training, and I don't even see that.
Okay, so this training here is, I know there's a child psychologist we just found in here, so let's see if we can find that.
But that's a video, there's no deck.
There might be a deck because, just hang on, let me see where this was. There it is. Okay, so it's in day 2, and we go to resources, and we go down to 100K challenge resources, and let's see, 100K training program, day 2, PowerPoint.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I was looking in the wrong area. You said that was in the resources?
That's in the resources under 100K challenge.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah. All right, cool. That answers my question. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Been looking for that for quite a while. So
sorry about that.
Oh, that's right.
We've definitely got to improve this. Part of the problem is there's so much dang content.
Sure.
And it's kind of funny because my wife, Holly, she's the role play specialist, and I told her what I was working on, this massive project, and she's like, "Wait a minute, don't you have enough content already?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Well, you've got the 100K training. Isn't that enough?" And it's like, okay, how many letters does the encyclopedia have? That
right.
100K training is like 3%, if that, of what we have. And it's like, I don't know. So we just have to make it easier to find, because we don't expect everyone to go through it, but we do want to find it when we want it, right? That's what we.
Well, sure, but it's like anything else. You can have a million things on there, and somebody's going to ask for the one thing that you don't have.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I see it now, because I wasn't getting all of these different categories. I wasn't getting anything below the training videos and the software marketing access. So everything you've got below there, I'm not getting.
Are you getting this here, the expert training?
No.
All that? You're not getting that? Okay.
None of any of it. Below that line where you have the training videos up in the left and the software marketing, I don't have anything below that.
All right, let me just put the screen on pause a minute here, and let me go into settings here and just see what's going on.
Okay.
Let's see here.
No wonder I couldn't find it.
That's it, yeah. Okay, what I'd like you to do, I want you to log out and then log back in again, and just let me know if you can see it.
Okay. Let me see if I can do that here.
Da-da-da.
Okay, I'm going through this now. Let me see if I can get here. Well, that's weird because now that it is there, and I log in and out every day, so I don't know why that wasn't there before.
I just fixed it for you.
Oh, you did, huh? Well, thank you, Pat.
Thanks for asking. Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah, you should have had it. I'm not sure why you didn't, but there you go.
Well, that answers a lot of questions, so I shouldn't have any more for you. Thanks.
All righty. Yeah, you're welcome. Put you back on mute. I see some questions in the box here. Tom says this training structure is much better. Thank you, Tom. I totally agree. Oh yeah, I've been asking for it for a while, and we had it actually done earlier. We have to wait for the support team to catch up, and because it affects a lot of people and what we're communicating to new people coming in and where people are being sent and all that. So now Tom says there's an error in one of the in the quizzes regarding the answer. Well, Tom, if you could send me that, if you have an error there, just send an email to pas@noresults-nofee.com, and yeah, we'll set you up right away. I'll be able to make that change right away, I guess. So let me see here, Tom, what's going on in your account. There we go. Tom, if you could just log out and log back in again and see if we fix that. So, all right, cruising for some questions. See what else is going on. Okay, yeah. So just a little note about support tickets and software. Some people write me saying, hey, I can't get into my e-learning marketing system. Can you set my password? And the answer would always be no, because I don't have anything to do with the e-learning marketing system. I'm just strictly focused on software. So if you have a question about software, send it to pas@noresults-nofee.com, because PAS is Profit Acceleration Software. So pas@noresults-nofee.com, or you could go into support on the left side here. Whoops, I think I gotta show my screen again. I paused it there. Go into support here, enter your name and stuff, and if it's a technical issue, then click on technical. If it's a question for me, you could click non-technical and fill out the details and submit that. It'll come to William or myself, usually through William first, and if it's non-technical, he sends it over to me. But don't ask questions in here that's not software related, because we'll send it over to support. And same thing with the support email. They'll just send it over to us anyway. So just a little clarification there. All right, let's see here. No more questions in the box, guys. So a little concerned we might have a very short call. That's okay, because I'll go to bed and it's 11 p.m. here. But yeah, welcome, Tom. Good. Glad you got it. So the problem with creating quizzes is you have to know the answer. Yeah, so sometimes we make mistakes in the quizzes, and I've been a university prof and a college prof before, and there's always the one student who finds the mistakes that we made, and then everyone wants the additional marks. But anyway, all good. All right, any last questions, guys? This is a good chance to raise your hand, ask a question, or we'll be jetting, and we'll see you next week. But anything else? Okay. Well, just an encouragement then, just to get out and use it and practice and Even for myself, I'm going to jump back a little bit into the consulting world here in Nairobi. I'm doing a webinar on Tuesday and going out through a partner who's got tremendous connections across the country. So I'm going to just, for my webinar, just kind of intro webinar, I'm going to talk about the power of compounding impacts. And I see you, Brian, so I'll come to you in a minute there. Power of compounding impacts. And I'm going to do a condensed version of the Everything is Wrong, not too condensed, but bring it down to about 30 minutes. And then just share with some people some opportunities. And of course, one is to become a coach with LPW. And we'll see what they're going to do. I'm going to make them apply for it and pre-qualify them. And we'll see if we can bring in some Kenyan coaches here and we'll go from whatever that is, 29 countries to 30 or 24 to 25, whatever we are at. All right, Brian, I think you are self-muted. There you are. Can you hear us, Brian?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are. Yeah.
This is just a bit of a random question. Some months ago, and I think it was before you moved to Nairobi, you mentioned you did a presentation of the Everything That Is Wrong video, but you managed to strip it back to about 15 or 20 minutes.
Right.
Is that slide deck available anywhere?
I was looking for that actually last week when I was putting this. Audio. Oh, I think I lost you there for a bit. You back? Am I back?
I'm back now. Yeah. Think you can
Okay.
hear
I
me?
think I might have been back. Yeah. So I think I might have disappeared there for a little bit.
You did.
All right. So sorry. Let's wrap up. Yeah, I think what I was saying, I'm not sure where I cut out, but I was saying is I really found it difficult to cut anything. And I think I've shortened it. I took out a couple examples or something, but I'm just going to keep most of it in there.
Okay. You did find it. That was when you cut out. You said you were looking for it.
Oh, no. I was looking for the old and I couldn't find the old one. So
Okay.
I just had to start again.
Damn, don't you hate that?
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, no.
Not at all.
All right. Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, you're welcome, Brian. All right, I think John has a question. There you go. How's it going, John?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Good. So I have a question. When you put in a new company and you put in their email address and you don't sign them up as a client, is there a drip campaign we can put them in, or how does that work?
Nothing from the software at this point. I mean, you could enroll them into your e-learning site and they get the drip campaign there. But we don't have something like that built here yet as a drip campaign, no.
Okay. So any suggestions on which one what to put them in? Maybe the book one, or?
You know, I've interesting on my own site, I have lionheartsystem.com as my own site. And I've sent out a few things there, and people come in and they put their name and email, and I'm not sure if it's just Kenya or what, but these emails go out and I get people coming back saying, oh, I'm going to look for someone for you. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I look at the email they got, like, hey, I'm looking for, you know, case studies for my book. I'm like, oh gosh, okay. So they are interacting with these. I mean, it's working. I don't have a lot of people coming through it because I'm just getting started here, and I really don't want clients like this. But yeah, so I just put them in here and ask them if you can enroll them in your, you know, if you could send them your book and enroll them in that, and maybe they'll come in through there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions, John? Yeah. Good.
No, I like it. I've been just going through finding as many people as I can to go through it so I can get better at it.
Good. Good for you. Good for you. All right. I'll put you back on mute. I'm going to go back to Quinta. You are self-muted. There you are.
Yeah. Thank you. So I just wanted to find out, but because I've never used the system before and I haven't seen it before. I think someone just did a little Zoom, like a Zoom video for us. For me, and sent it through. But I don't know how the system works. I just want to, like, an overview of, you know, how the software works. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I can do a brief run through.
Please, thanks.
Yeah, and so what's going to happen? I'll do a very brief run through. But what's going to happen is you're going to go through the onboarding process, and at a certain time, you're going to be given the login page to get this. We don't want to give you everything at once because we found in the past that people really get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So we kind of space things out here. But what happens, Quinta, you're going to be able to come in. You can set up a new company profile. There's just a few things here that fill out these details, and then you create a new assessment.
Okay.
And you have a lot of background noise there, Quinta. You okay there? There we go. Okay. So I'll just keep talking here, and you can listen. So you click a new assessment, and you set up a new assessment, and you choose what you want to do. If you want to set up a profit jumpstart, or and here's an example of a jumpstart, and that's just 12 areas of the software.
Okay.
And let's see if it's loading. I don't know why my internet is loading so poorly today. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so it brings you through 12 different areas of the software. So you have a brief area of financials.
Yeah.
Who's looking for their revenue, their net profit margin, and gross profit margin. You can also put what industry they're in.
Yeah.
And you could do a brief valuation of the company. There's 10 questions to get an idea, you know, what's indicative of the value.
Yeah.
And then you have 12 areas to go and hunt for questions. So an example would be compelling offer. You have a little script that you can read.
Yeah.
And then you have just 5 questions.
Okay.
And everything leads to an impact.
Yeah.
So it's always like, what % increase would you see as likely, or how would that impact your sales or your revenue? And
Yeah.
we're always telling people, keep it low, keep the numbers 3 to 5%,
Okay.
because you'll see what happens here on the summary screen when we've got 5% over 12 different areas.
Mm.
We've taken $1 million business.
Okay.
They see a $618,000 increase in revenue,
Wow.
but a $354,000 increase in profits,
Perfect.
which is a 177% increase in profits.
Wow.
So you don't need to find big numbers or a lot of them to double up a company's profits.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then across the top, then you can prioritize your implementation, and the
Mm.
software gives you an order, or you can also drag things around a little bit.
Mhm.
And then you have an implementation calendar. And this kind of lays everything out on this Gantt chart with
Mm.
the number of weeks across the top. And let's say then, if you don't know how to, if you don't know how to lead the process of implementation,
Yeah.
then you'll see here, there's links. There's also these links here.
Okay.
But these are all the implementation. This is your implementation pathway.
Oh.
These are like the answers at the back of the math book that you wish you had in high school.
I know.
Yeah. We've given you these now. So it's just like they're generally good implementation steps,
Yeah.
but it stops you from going in cold into a meeting. So it's like you don't have to worry about meetings anymore.
Okay.
And then we have reports for you that
Mm.
the whole software creates this customized report.
Mm.
It's just loading a little bit slowly.
Wow.
This report takes a little while to edit the first time, maybe 45 minutes, an hour, the very first time. You create a template, and then you can do them in half an hour.
Oh.
So there's these, it's just really a sales report.
Okay.
All the numbers of your breakthroughs are inserted automatically. Your charts are created for you. And so that's what you want to use to close a sale.
Okay.
And there's a place for meeting notes. And this is the ROI. I love it. It's one of my favorite places. And on my screen, it's not laying out properly here, but you put in your initial investment. Maybe that's going to charge $2,000 to do an assessment for them. And then your monthly fee of coaching. And then you see this chart here of here's what they're currently making in profits.
Yeah.
Here's their expected increase. And here's your coaching fee. And here's the ROI from that.
Wow.
So it's just a great tool to close a sale. And of course, there's some agreements here that you can download and just change where it's yellow.
Okay.
And there's some strategy guides you can show people, and turnkey marketing. You can show like, hey, here's what we're going to produce for you.
Yeah.
And all these are created all these are already there for you in your e-learning center.
Okay. Yeah.
Templates that you can just go out and create for people right out the gate.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's
Interesting.
Jumpstart 40. That's the Jumpstart 40. And I'm sorry, that's the Jumpstart 12. We also have a Jumpstart 40 with 40 areas across I think it's actually 27 areas across the side, or we have a Deep Dive 40. And these are 40 different areas. You can see we can open them all up, and all these different ways to grow a business. And but these are not 5 questions. These are scripted questions.
Okay.
Opening statement, and we ask a question. Do you understand the concept of downselling? Now, if they say yes, you'll click yes, and you're going to go in one direction. If you say no, you click that. You're going to go in a different line of questioning.
Okay. Wow.
And everything leads to an impact. So in this section, there's at least, I don't know, 1,000 questions. It's just crazy. But of course you don't ask them all because it just tells you what question to ask next.
Okay.
So
Wow.
that's a general overview there.
It's
Big
great.
system.
Thanks.
And
It
what's
is.
going to happen, you'll probably meet with Holly as well. And Holly's
Yeah.
my wife, but she's the role play specialist, and you get a chance and you'll just become a pro in this really quick, really
Oh,
fast.
thanks for the
Yeah.
compliment. Faith of
Yeah.
God. Thank you so
Well,
much. I hope. Yeah, I look
you're
forward
welcome.
to into the system and just trying to, because as I said, it will help my present business. I haven't had anything to analyze the business as such. I haven't had a coach, so this it's like I'm being my own first coach. So
Good for you.
my first
Good for you.
client. Yes. Yeah, so.
Yay. All right.
Thank
All
you.
right. Any other questions there, Quinta?
No, I'm fine. Thank you so much. Yeah.
All right. You're welcome. It's good to have you on the call.
Thanks.
All right. All right. I think that's it then, guys. I don't see any other questions. Last chance to raise your hand, but I think that's it. So we will end a little bit earlier. That's okay. I know they got some support requests coming in for people wanting the software. And go and jump in to do that, and hopefully get to bed before midnight. But anyway, all fun and games. So wish you guys the best. Oh, I see a question from John. There we go. I think the board's jumping. John, you're self-muted.
I already asked my question.
Oh, okay. I thought you saw your hand come up again. So
I didn't take it down. Maybe that's what it was.
I think it's no, now it's on. I think it's clicking on and off. So it's done that before.
I'm good.
All right.
You.
Thanks,
Appreciate
John.
it, Patrick.
You're welcome. All right. How do we get in touch with Holy though? Yeah. So Maria, let me just open you up quick and yeah, I love it. HOLLY. Let me see here. Maria, you're self-muted. If you want to unmute, we can just chat about that quick. You're being shy. All right. So if you want to have a role play, if you want to do a role play with Holly, then we just go to noresults-nofee.com/roleplay. And come in here. You're going to get, I think we're doing now probably 2 sessions with Holly and 1 session with Wally Carmichael, one of our senior coaches. And basically what happens is we give you 3 scenarios, easy, medium, difficult. One's a bakery, one's a salon, one's a chiropractor. And the first time, Holly's really easy to close. I mean, you make every mistake in the book. People come in and they're shaking because they're so nervous, and they make every mistake in the book. And when you get to the end, you'll say, well, would you like to sign up for my coaching? And Holly's like, I would love to. This is great. I can't wait. Super friendly, super fun. And then at the end, she'll say, okay, now let's walk through what you could do better. And she sends you this really comprehensive report on how to improve. Then you come back the next time after a few days of practice and going over those notes, and you come back in and you do it again. It's just gonna be a little bit more difficult. She'll raise a few more objections, a little bit of pushback, but you're gonna come in probably 100% better than the first time. And then the third time, I think we're moving the third one to Wally now. And coming in someone, probably gonna be a chiropractor, different personality, super nice guy, but he'll kind of appear to be a little skeptical, and very real life scenario. And anyway, you get through those 3 and you can take on the world literally with it. I honestly believe with the software and some practice, you don't have to do this, but just some role play practice, you can ask questions at a better level than Jay Abraham or Tony Robbins or any of those guys, because we're so systematic with this. that we can find breakthroughs for anyone. So yeah, if you want to do that, we're just asking cover hard costs, $197 for 3 sessions. And you can book it there. That's how you would get a hold of Holly there. And yeah, hopefully that works. Okay, yeah, no problem, Maria. So Holly's real nice. You just don't be afraid. You know, she's super nice. And I think for some people, even she's after 3, she's like, I think you could use one more. And she just comps you the 4th one. So, you know, our goal is just to help you guys just get better. So anyway, all right, guys, I think that's it. So yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you same time on Tuesday next week. And yeah, just my encouragement to go out and practice and just make little advancements. If you're a little bit bored and you want to think, how can I really improve on the software? You know, there's this whole area here of, well, let's go into Breakthrough 40 would be one. You know, every one of these areas has an opening statement. So if someone says, what's the importance of trust, expertise, and education in business? You know, you could read that. And I'm sure if you read that to yourself a dozen times, you know, tell me about alliances and joint ventures. What's the importance of that? Or referral systems, or direct mail, or upsell, cross-sell, downsell. Like, you just have to be able to understand it, right? So the back end, the front end, things like that. So you could just go and practice those and just get to know the concepts. And you do that, you'll just be miles ahead. So, all right, everyone. Wish you all the best, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.